It's Grow TV, where we grow together and learn about God.
Hey friends, and welcome to Grow TV. I'm Stacy, and lately I've been into flowers. The closer you look, the more things you see. I wish a flower could talk. They tell you so much about people just stopping to stare. So let's play a game called Flower Talk just for fun. I'm gonna show you a picture of a flower. Then we're gonna imagine together what that flower would sound like if it could talk. Ready? This is the monkey face orchid, or the Dracula simia. What it would sound like, I imagine. I want more moonlight. Ah, ah, ah. That's my best Count Dracula. These flowers are actually called swaddled babies, or Anguloa uniflora. What they sound like? This is called a parrot flower. What might it sound like?
Hey, Stacy, what are you doing?
Hey, Stacy, what are you doing?
That's what I asked you.
That's what I asked you.
Why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that?
Okay.
Okay.
This has been Flower Talk. It must be frustrating being a flower, not even being able to share how you're feeling. That would be hard, especially when things aren't going well or when you're hurting.
For sure. Flowers probably don't mind because, well, they're flowers. But when we're hurting, it really makes a big difference when someone understands.
Absolutely.
And you know who understands better than anyone? Jesus. Jesus was no stranger to hurt. If anything, he experienced more pain than any of us would ever go through.
I know, and to think he went through all of that for us.
Exactly. Do you remember that story about Jesus from Matthew 26? Well, he had just finished having a dinner with his closest friends, right? It was the last meal that he would have with them. This was because something terrible was about to happen. One of Jesus' closest friends was about to turn against him, which would lead Jesus to be arrested and eventually crucified.
Betrayed by a friend and then sentenced to death? Oh, it's too much.
Before this happened, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, 3 of his closest friends, to a place to pray.
That makes sense. Jesus must have been really sad, so he wanted to be with them.
Jesus knew the plan. God's plan was for Jesus to save us from sin, which was the thing that separated God from people. In order to save us, Jesus was just about to go through the worst pain you could ever imagine.
I mean, if I knew that was the plan, I'd probably ask if the plan could be changed.
Jesus did just that. In Matthew 26:39, Jesus prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet, not as I will, but as you will."
Not as I will, but as you will. That must have been very hard to say. I'm glad Jesus' friends were there for him.
Well, actually, after praying for a while, Jesus found Peter, James, and John sleeping. Jesus was sad and upset. Jesus hoped that they would stay up and pray too. Jesus prayed the same prayer for a second time and a third time. And after each time, Jesus came back to find his tired friends sleeping.
He must have felt so alone.
Right. After praying the third time, Jesus was arrested by soldiers and taken away. He knew more pain and more hurt was right up ahead.
I know this story by heart, but it never gets easy to hear. I can't believe Jesus went through all of that.
But he did. We know that Jesus is fully God, but sometimes we forget that Jesus was fully human too. He experienced all the things that we feel and more, but he stuck to God's plan because he loves us. Because of what he went through, he's the only one who truly gets us when we're experiencing pain, loss, and loneliness. Jesus understands when we're hurting.
When I think about Jesus praying in the garden while his friends dozed off and then learned about the pain he suffered on the cross, it makes me think that my problems are nothing compared to all of that.
But that's the thing. Jesus doesn't want us to feel like our problems are too small for him. Whenever we're hurting, in a big or small way, we can turn to Jesus because he understands everything we're going through.
I'm not a flower who can't express its feelings when someone plucks me out of the ground without warning and sticks me in a vase. I can talk to Jesus at any time.
For sure. Whenever we're feeling hurt from an embarrassing fall or from a disagreement with a close friend, Jesus is with us through all of it because Jesus understands when we're hurting. He won't fall asleep on us when we pray to him.
That's so comforting to know. Well, friends, it's been good playing Flower Talk with you and talking about how awesome Jesus is with you. It's always good to learn and grow together. See you next time. Bye.